Village of Mount Sterling Financial Planning and Supervision Commission. Do we have a secretary here?
Me.
I was gonna say, who's this?
I just take minutes. If you want to go ahead, I mean, you
Okay.
can run the agenda.
Mayor Martin, Council President Lynn,
Here.
Auditor Hunter,
Here for Mrs. Hunter.
Mr. Quinlan,
Here.
Ms. Orrs, ours, Mr. Craig,
Present.
and Ms. Matei Smith is on. Okay, so we'll go on to, you have in front of you the minutes from the previous meeting. If we go forward to, if I could have a motion for approval
You have that motion?
in a second. Any discussion? All right. Mr. Tim?
Yeah. I'm speaking for the mayor on behalf of the pro temp, and we've seen a lot of progress through the whole year. We're moving forward. There's been a little bit of curbs and all.
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay.
We're taking a vote on this.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm too gun-ho.
Yes. Mr. Quinlan, you did abstain. You were not here last time, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Craig?
Yes.
And I will also abstain. Unfortunately, we do not have 4 votes in favor that's required, so we'll bring this back at the next meeting. All right, presentation by the financial supervisor.
Hello. Okay, behind the agenda in the minutes, I got the packet for everybody. I've according got the bank rep done for the end of November. But you can see it balances. The 2 reconciling items are still carrying forward. We will work on getting those taken care of in January. The inflating bank errors, that's 4 checks, but that's got to go to an unclaimed monies fund. Courtney does have to go to council first and get the fund established. So she'll do that in January, and then we'll get those eliminated. So hopefully, come by the end of January, February, these items will be gone. But it does tie, if you look on the second page, the cash summary by fund, with the adjustments, you know, it's for $129 variance between what's on the cash summary by fund for the total balance to what this is. So it's no number, we've reconciled. The next thing is the cash summary by fund. If you have to look at the general fund on the first row, all the way to the left, it's got a $564,000 balance as of the end of November.
All right.
Oh, yeah, sorry, to the right, all right, I'm sorry. Not bad. So, yeah, we're focused on the general fund, so let's talk about that. All the other funds do have a positive balance. And for total, the village has $1,327,121.86 available fund balance in all the funds as of the end of November. Questions over the cash summary by fund?
So he said that this isn't, it doesn't match the.
Well, if you look at the bank rec, you got $1,326,992.86.
Yeah,
The total on the cash summary of the fund is $3,127,121.86. The difference between those two is $129, which is the reconciling item that we have on the bank reconciliation. It's been that way.
It's been that way since we did the reconciliation work clear back in 16. There was an issue. We thought it might pan out. We didn't finish that reconciliation until sometime in 18, I believe. Is that correct, Jim? And then we were waiting on the audits to get done, so now the audits are done. We have the adjustments, all of those audit adjustments posted, so now we can clean this up We didn't want to make any changes or clean anything up till those audits were completed.
Okay. Thanks.
So hope come in the next meeting, hopefully, it's all be cleaned up and you don't have anything over
Are
here.
any of those adjusting factors?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then the next report is the revenue status. This shows you what's been budgeted and what they've got in for the year. In total, their total revenues for the year, they're 105.19% above what's being collected. You need to look at page 2, the bottom right corner to see that. Like Ben said before, municipal income tax is running higher. And that, well, I said the last meeting, they had a company paid their 18 taxes in 19 and paid a big estimate in 19, so that inflated. So that right now their revenues are running ahead of schedule. It's primarily due to income tax. Percentage. On the second page of this report, I'll point out again, this special item, the 6,300, that is settlement, that's funding for recovery monies that have come in for the year from back with the trials and all that. They had on multiple people, so they're paying them in increments, so that's what they've collected to date. Any questions over the revenue? All right, the next report's the appropriation status. This shows you what they budgeted, and again, what's been spent year to date. It gives you a percentage. If you look down through, you're gonna see some lines are above 100%, some aren't. But I want to point out on page 3 of the report, the total year-to-date expenditures, they're at 59% of what's been appropriated, they spent year-to-date. It's at the bottom of the third page.
Yeah. So I see 2 that are over
Yes.
100%. So are appropriations going to be adjusted to?
There
at this
was
point, or-
there was posting stuff put in the wrong line because it's salaries, and I think another mayor's salary got put down in with the council.
Oh,
We've corrected it. We made the changes. It's just we made the changes in December. This is a November report, so you had everything, so you can see everything tied. So it's been corrected. It just doesn't reflect it on here. So we have made the corrections on those. It's just posting.
but OPERS, is that a correction or? is
That will be a correction, yes. Like I said, it's fun doing their ADP reports. They break stuff out, but it's a very difficult report to read, and if you happen to look at the wrong line,
Okay.
so Courtney's correcting it. We see it, and we say something, and she has to go back and correct, so.
So are those errors reflected in one of the other funds?
Well, okay, if you wanna look, just for example, on the first page, the very bottom line, it says mayor's salary. It's sitting at 60.
Second page?
First page, very last line.
Oh,
It's the mayor's salary. See how it's sitting at 66%? We should be at 91 or 92% for the year. You could flip over to the second page. You come down about in the middle, it says salaries council, it's line 1,715,111. Salaries council, it's sitting at 104%. So it's 2 pays of the mayor got put down in the wrong line.
And those 2 need to correct?
Yes,
You're with
and
that.
Courtney's got to go in and
Okay.
go and correct it, and then it'll wash itself out.
Okay, thank you.
And so probably the OPERS got the same thing with the OPERS.
Okay.
So once she gets it corrected, it'll all flow back out.
Good, thank you.
I know the 59% looks funny, but, you know, they have not done the transfers yet, so. They've got money budgeted, it hasn't been done as of the end of November. The transfers will be made, it's just, so it looks like, hey, they're really not spending, they just haven't completed the transfers yet. So any questions about the appropriations? If not, then the last thing I have is a comparison of budget and appropriated. This is taking, here's your fund balance plus your estimated revenues, minus your appropriations to give you, here's what your balance is, a projection of what your balances should be. So as you can see, they're still gonna, all the funds will end in a positive balance based upon revenues versus expenditures and available fund balance.
Except for the water
Except-
operating?
The water operating, that was part, that, is it the water operating, that's the water operating OWDA.
Yes.
That, that is when they went through and built the water plant. And we're waiting on the certificate of appropriations to come back for this to be corrected. We haven't got it back from the county. But there's no money spent in it because it is from OWDA money left over from the project. Courtney has checked with OWDA. We're waiting on a response to say, do they have to return that money? Or can it be transferred to the water operating because it's village money? We don't, you know, we want to check with them because hate to move it and then they have to turn around and pay it back, so.
When was that given to my office? Well, I'm sorry, how long ago?
It's been a while. I mean, I'd say about a month or two.
I'll check.
Yeah.
So we're waiting on, so that is a number that's just, I didn't catch it when I was reviewing. It's been that number for several years. And I've missed it. I missed it. But we have worked on getting that because there shouldn't be any expenditures. They're not spending it until they know if they owe it to OWDA or if they can move it to the water operating. And the same, well, I mean, the sewer has some too. It's got some money left, so we're waiting to hear back from them. So that's all the financial information. Any questions? The last page I have is report on accounting method comments. They've got 21 of the 24 comments cleared. The other 3 are in progress. They're working on them. So once they get stuff finalized, it's just taking time to get some of the stuff completed. You know, they've got a digital backup of their minutes, so it takes time to burn a CD. So they're in the process. So once they get all that done, I can start, I'll clear those off.
Okay, any other questions for Jim? All right, so passing the report of the mayor, well, Mr.
Yeah, the
Tibbetts.
pro temp will be setting in for him today, so, as I got in a hurry, as you saw what Jim read, we really are going forward now. From the process we had when we first got started, it was a long run, but you see progress now. You see it in the village now as we're progressing, and the water situation we've been working on, and like I said, everything is building up, and we're going to be putting a new mayor in place in January. I guess everybody met Marcy Darlington back there, and then also we got a new council member, will be Jay Peavy. He'll be coming.
Petty.
Petty, oh, sorry about it. But they'll be coming on and will be working in with us, and I see a lot of positives going into 2020, and my big dream is, one day we may not have to have these meetings, I keep my fingers crossed, so, but I think the
Everybody's
future.
hope.
Yeah, we gotta hope, like I said, I'm like that little engine that could, I never give up, but I see progress, and great people to work with, and I think the future's gonna be a lot brighter for the village. And that's all I got to say.
All right. Any other comments, questions, discussion? All right, last thing on the agenda then is to determine the next meeting date and time. So, have we seen appropriations yet for 2020?
When, with the redoing of the recovery plan, that will be their appropriations for 2020. Yeah. Seeing the actual, what's been filed, no. I mean, we just did the recovery plan,
Right.
and that's gonna be their appropriations.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to figure when we need to meet again. Do we need to meet next month or 2 months from now?
Next month will be a busy month, because Courtney will wanna try and get her financial statements completed by the end of January, so.
Okay, so move off into February?
I think that would be good.
Okay.
Gives Courtney time to get those completed, and then we can.
So, do you prefer Tuesdays? That works best. Is the 11th too soon after the end of the month, or?
It should be, that works for you, you don't have time and get the bank rec done for.
Yeah, that should be.
All right, so why don't we plan on February 11th? If that works for everybody, and, same time, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. All right, can I get a motion to adjourn? And a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.